What's up, buttercups? Hope you guys are having an amazingly golden day with cherries on top. My name is Elvis and welcome to the Golden Drive. In this video, I'm gonna be telling you guys 5 amazing things about the Datsun, or 5 things that I love about the Datsun. But before I do that, let me just give this car a wash because I haven't washed it in over a month. I apologize to all the people that it's so dirty. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a wash in like 10 seconds and then we'll get to 5 things I love about it. Okay, let's do this. Way longer than I would have thought. But the car is finally clean and I can tell you everything that I love about my 1982 Datsun 280ZX. So with that said, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I love about this car is the way it looks. Ooh. Just look at it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you guys don't know, this is not a body kit that you can buy. I made this body kit myself, and I made the defender flares, I made the side skirts, I made the front bumper, I made the canards, I moved the mirror mounting from where it was back there to here, the JDM style. Mounted a ski box on the roof with some help of some super strut bars that I chopped and bolted together, and my former 370Z downpipes, and then there was a rear diffuser there. There's still kind of, but it was too low. It bottomed out. A lot of them got damaged until I took out, one of them got damaged until I took out the remaining 3. So I'll probably build another one at some point. But yeah, like I said earlier, just the way this car looks is one of, if not my favorite thing. So yeah, this was my first build. It's not perfect. There's a lot of the body lines that are not perfect, but from every angle it just looks, from like 10 to 20 feet away, it just looks amazing and I love it so much. And also people love it. I get a lot of compliments from people driving around the roads, and just yeah, it just feels great to know that, I don't know, that I built it myself, which 2 years ago I literally never touched a welder before, but I was like, I'm just gonna send it and see what happens. And yeah, it worked. I also call this car the Harbor Freight, or the Harbor Freight and the Home Depot special, because that's literally where all my tools came from. So yeah, both the welder, all the sheet metal came from Home Depot, and yeah, it was just awesome to do all of that to the car. It looks amazing. Okay, down to the second thing. Let's do this. So the second thing that I love about this car is just how it drives. With that said, we're just gonna go on a drive and I'm just gonna tell you guys how I feel about the driving experience. Listen to it. Oh my gosh, you're not going very fast, but it is just a lot of fun. Like, it just, you're like, come on, you're trying to wring every little horsepower that the car has, and I just think that's a lot of fun. Like, that's just funny. Like, it just makes me laugh. And so yeah, I just love to drive this car, and it's one of my favorite things about it. Even though, again, it's not perfect, it doesn't drive like a modern car, and so everything feels very analog, and there's like some clunks here and there that you hear, but in the general, the experience is great. And also the way people just love the car, like people just look at it as like, oh, it's like, hello, 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 good morning, sirs and madams and children of all ages. Oh, I love this car. This car has a 5-speed manual transmission. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but this car is so loud. Look at this. You can downshift. Oh, and it just sounds great. Feels great. Oh my gosh, I love this car. I am going to hate getting rid of it. Woo! Oh my gosh, you're not going very fast, and it's so loud. Oh, and the gears, it just shifts so nice, so crispy. Ow, hit my knee, my elbow. So the third thing that I love about this car is just how easy everything is to work on. So let me show you what I mean. So you can see I've opened, first of all, the way the bonnet or the what's it called, the hood is shaped. It just makes it so much easier to work on compared to if it was backwards, if it was like the regular hinged. And so you can literally just have access to literally everything. And again, I think everything is just so easy to reach. It's just, if you want, if your spark plugs, they're on the other side, very easy to reach. If you want distributor, just everything, like all the wires, there's a lot of space down there in the engine bay. So literally I can stick my hand there, take out the steering shaft if I wanted to. Everything is so easy to work on. There's not a lot of plastic like modern cars today. There's a lot of plastic engine cover, there's a lot of sensors. This has all the basic sensors, but there's literally no driving aid, and so it is just so easy to work on. Everything is very simple, and you can literally fix this car with just a 10mm bolt and a wrench, and that's pretty much it. You can do most of the stuff on this car, and all the suspension components too, very easy to get to, and also things are easy to modify too. So for example, changing the spark plugs in this took me like literally so accessible. You just take off a bolt, take off this plug wire, and then you literally have access to the spark plug. When I was changing the spark plugs in my Genesis over there, I still haven't done everything yet. I was changing all the spark plugs. It took me like 6 hours, and I still just did only 4 parts. It's just because it was so much more difficult to reach everything. The engine bay is not as, honestly, it's not as big as this, and there's just not a lot of room. More things are more complicated. There's more stuff to unplug. That's the third thing I love about this car, how easy it is to work on. But the fourth thing I love about this car is just the cost of maintenance. It's just amazing. It's so. Like I mentioned in the previous point, everything is just so easy to get to, and most of the things are so easy to find. It's just awesome. Like at least the engine components, things that make the engine run. And if you can't find it, for example, you can always get it, because again, the Datsun, a lot of people still have parts for the Datsun, and like if you go to AutoZone, you can almost guarantee that you would get like for example like a starter, all of these things so much easier than you would some other cars. And so yeah, for example, I wanted to change the starter went bad on a Datsun. Very easy. I took it out in like 15-20 minutes, and I got it to AutoZone, and I picked up the part the same day. AutoZone had it in stock. And so just things like that are just, it's just, the cost of maintenance is not high. It's not like a regular like sports car of today, like you have to pay thousands of dollars just for a simple thing. This car has been reliable. I have owned it for about 2 years now, and I have driven it almost every day for the 2 years, and almost nothing has broken. Actually, take that back. The only thing I've had to replace was because I've literally done 2 3,000-mile road trips with this car all around the US, and even moving from Kentucky. I drove it from California to Kentucky, and then I drove it from Kentucky to Canada. And yes, the only thing that broke was the wheel bearing. The wheel bearing broke, and so I had to replace the whole assembly. And it wasn't even that expensive. It cost me $50 just to get the whole assembly of it. I mean, granted, I had to look for it, but if the part was available, I got it, boom, it worked, and I haven't had any problems since then. And yeah, I love how reliable this car is, because also the engine is a straight 6, and if you know anything about straight sixes are very, very balanced engines. And so yeah, that's just another thing that I love about the Datsun. And the final thing I love about this car is the heritage. So literally almost every person knows, or almost every car enthusiast knows what a Datsun is, or what a Z is. So initially they came out with the 240Z, there's 260Z, the 280Z, the 280ZX, the 300ZX, then what else? The 350Z and the 370Z, and now the 400Z. So for the past 40 years? No, it's actually for like 50 years, the Z name has just been an amazing thing. Datsun was in motorsports, Nissan was also in motorsports, or is still in motorsports. And so yeah, it's just the heritage and just how much this brand means in general. It's just amazing, and yeah, it's just great to be a part of the heritage, if that makes sense, or to be one of the owners of Datsuns. And it's also pretty cool too, because not a lot of millennials or people that were born in the last 10-20 years know what a Datsun is. And so it's always a lot of fun just chatting with people about it and just telling them, oh yeah, it's a Datsun. They're like, what is that? It is what Nissan was before Nissan. I think Nissan still existed, but it was before they became Nissan. At least, yes. So yeah, and this was the last, actually it's pretty cool, this was the last Datsun sports car before they became Nissan, like for the Nissan 300ZX. It was the Datsun 280ZX. And so yeah, I love the heritage. And so that's the final thing I love about this car, just the heritage. It has just been amazing to own this car, and it's very sad that it is currently for sale. But I'm honestly starting to have thoughts about selling it, just because I love it so much. We'll see what happens though. So if you are interested in buying this car, you can check out the link in the description. You can visit Facebook and you can buy this car because it's for sale right now. I might change my mind, so you better hop on that if you're interested in the Datsun. Okay, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this golden video. If you have any more things that you love about the 280ZX or you love about Datsuns in general, yeah, comment below. And thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I will catch you guys on the next magnificently golden drive. And also look forward to the next video, which is 5 things I hate about the Datsun. Okay, bye.